we here today on a special day because we got to talk about some slaps.
Yeah. slap.
That's what we here to talk about, bro.
So we just gonna rock out like that?
We gonna rock, bro. We don't have an agenda, bro. Everybody took like, yo, who are we to like ignore what's going on, bro?
Wouldn't slap me.
When we talking about it, man, we jumping right into it, bro.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Prodigal.
Got things to do, man. What's up? How y'all doing out there, folks? Welcome to the Prodigal Brothers Podcast. I'm your host, Al Parker, and with me, who I got today, man? Look, we got a sister. We got a sister on here, man. But y'all know who this sister is, because if y'all been following, y'all know who she is, man. Introduce yourself once again.
Hello. Your favorite auntie, Arlise.
Rich Auntie Arlise, what's up? I wasn't here last time you was on with us, man, but I'm glad we here today, man. we done already got into some shit, man. But, we got Will the Wolverine in this joint too, man. What's up, Will? How you living, cuz?
Hey, man, I'm not Wolverine, man.
You're not the Wolverine?
I'm Batman.
Oh,
nice.
I'm Vengeance.
Nice, man. You adopted the dark?
I was born into the darkness.
That's what I'm talking about. My man is everybody.
well, all right. Well, all right.
It's crazy, man. Uplifter, you got a mic in your hand or no? What's up?
Of course, man. I'm
Uplifter
the man behind the camera.
Oh.
You the man behind the camera? God. Everybody switching roles here. We got different roles, man. We got different roles today, boy. This is going to be an exciting show. And I'm going to get straight into it because forget all the huffing around. We here today on a special day because we got to talk about some slaps.
Yep. slap.
That's what we here to talk about, bro.
So we just gonna rock out like that?
We gonna rock, bro. We don't have an agenda, bro. Everybody took like, yo, who are we to like ignore what's going on, bro?
Wouldn't slap me.
When we talking about it, man, we jumping right into it, bro. So everybody know what it is. Let me just introduce it briefly. My man Chris Rock, one of my favorite comedians at the Oscars, was presenting an award for the best documentary, I guess. Right, and he was going in the crowd doing this thing, comedian style. Went to everybody. Then he got to Jada Pinket-Smith, said a joke about her hair, called it G.I. Jane. He thought it was nothing. He tried to continue, but my man Will Smith, King Richard, had another agenda.
By the way, did he hit him with the Kanye? Hold on, I'm gonna let you finish, but
right. But take these fresh pippity pats before you do. Cuz, what's up, man? Will, what's up, man?
I think Will Smith did what he's supposed to do, man.
Okay.
He went up there and defended his woman like a good cockle does.
Oh,
he went there. Oh. Man, continue.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. He's a cockle.
What is that exactly? I'm not familiar with that
Explain.
terminology.
Explain. Rich Auntie don't know what a cockle is.
I honestly don't know what it is from my personal experience. I only know what it is from just watching porn. So basically, it's a guy who allows his wife to fuck other women, men, I would say, and he sits there and watches.
I'll watch her. Oh, okay.
Yeah, or he knows about it.
Right. Okay.
And that's what he is. But you know, as with celebrity and all this other shit. We've heard rumors. Well, I've heard rumors that Will has secrets to hide himself, to where that's the reason he lets Jada do what he does. Because if she was to expose him, then we would really look at this motherfucker in a totally different light.
Well, we skipping a lot of parts because even Chris was about to say. He said, I could," and then he stopped.
Oh,
but keep going.
I know.
Go ahead, Rich Auntie.
Because Will is a cockle.
Okay.
That's why Chris was like,
He's a cock.
He said, "I could."
He did what he's supposed to do. He go up there and defend his wife because he's a cuckold.
Okay.
All right.
Do y'all see the confused look on my face?
Yo, I'm peeping it.
Because I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, man, because Will jumped out there.
Because what does his sex life have to do with anything with him going to slap Chris Rock?
Well, because when you allow,
hold on, let's walk it back just a little bit,
man. Yeah, because we jumped out there.
We jumped way into the future.
Can we warm up?
Yeah,
but go ahead. What you got?
I personally think Will was being selfish. I think he took advantage of the moment.
Hold on, Will the Wolverine or Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Okay.
Yeah,
we got.
Will Smith, the man we talked about protecting. We actually did an episode on this.
Well, we did a whole episode on Will and Jada,
so
right?
I think Will took the opportunity to take his frustrations out on somebody that he knew he could take his frustrations out on.
Exactly.
And Chris Rock is a friend of the family.
Bruh, they know each other.
Yeah.
They've been knowing each other for years.
Yeah. So you took the opportunity
To smack your mans.
Yeah, to smack your mans on TV.
In front of everybody.
And I think it's selfish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a woman, right, I actually see like both ends of what his thought process.
Don't sauce it up. Don't sauce
No,
it
I'm
up.
not about to
let's
put
get
no
into
sauce.
this,
I'm
man.
not-
Because we don't got no agenda today.
No, so it's no sauce in it, anything. This is just like, it was funny because my best friend and I literally had this conversation because she know I'm normally like, I'm with the shits, right?
Right.
Because she was like, I knew our lease was gonna be like, he should have slapped her. Like,
Right.
but I understand him slapping his wife because I can understand that man probably turned around and saw the frustration and anger in his wife's face. Like,
Yo, she wasn't with it.
I gotta go home with this. Like, you are not about to
Son,
put me, like, you're not about to sun me on TV type joint. Like,
Son, she immediately was upset.
right. So that is one part of it. But the other end of it as well is, I remember I had a conversation with a gentleman one time, and he said to me, as a woman, be mindful that you wanting your man to act on your emotion can get him killed.
Right.
So
We
my
went there already,
thought
too.
process
Speak
as
on it.
well.
We getting into
my
it.
thought process as well on the other end of that is like, bro, how are you also a leader of your family when you're acting on emotions? Like,
So it's Jada's fault.
no, I'm not. It's
Yeah,
because
it is.
it is not Jada's fault.
Nah, go ahead, continue.
No,
I'm
it's,
just-
it's Will's, because only person that can control Will is Will.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, like, I can empathize with the fact that, yo, he probably saw that in. We've all heard the different narratives that he put out there about him feeling like he was a punk before. Like, he tired of people putting him as that Fresh Prince, the good boy. Philly wanted to come out, right? Like, Philly wanted to come out, and in that moment. But again, at the same time, it's like, was that really the right thing to do? Because you feeling some type of way because somebody said something, like,
No.
And then Chris Rock, it was definitely like I also feel like that was also, in my personal opinion, that was a response to something, and that wasn't it.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's what I'm saying.
well,
That's why I say it's
wanna-
selfish.
And that's what, yo,
What Will
I want to
Smith-
put out there, though, I don't really blame anybody for it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of was.
The man who slapped
Hold
him,
on,
you don't blame him?
Nah, I can't. Listen, because like she said, we all understand why he did it. Whatever. But how he looked, they're celebrities. They have to worry about how they look. All right? I'm not blaming nobody because, hey,
Hold on, pause.
somebody disrespect your wife, you want to do
Wait.
something. You know what I mean? What's up?
First of all,
Negative.
that's what's wrong with society. There are
Oh,
people
man.
just like us. The only difference is their
Hold
bank
on.
account is different.
But
Like, we have
hold
to
on.
carry
I
ourselves in a
understand,
certain
but
manner,
none of us about to get invited to the Oscars no time soon.
But
So
it
you
doesn't
do have to-
matter.
I
it
am.
don't matter. It don't matter. It's a way you should
I'm
have to
being
carry
invited to the
yourself
Oscars.
and everything.
One at a time.
It's a way you'll do have to carry yourself and everything, right? But come on, man. Will is considered a leader of us. You feel me? He's a community leader. He's put on pedestals. We're sitting here talking about him. Ain't nobody doing that to us.
Yeah.
You feel me? No one's having podcasts about us. So let's put it there. He's looked up to in the community. All right. He has to think about what his actions do. All right. Unfortunately, now if it was us, like if someone talks something about James girl, Will girl, if they talking shit about your girl, you slap them. Nobody cares. They like, yo, that's what was supposed to happen. He was talking shit. He slapped him. But unfortunately, the setting and the environment that it was in is the reason why we talking about this for real.
Right.
That's the reason. But go ahead. Because I'm not really blaming nobody in the situation.
I'm not blaming
Now
him.
I do feel like
I
Will,
am blaming
do
the man
feel like,
who raised his hand
all
to
right,
his
look,
face.
I feel like Will look like a fool though.
Yeah, but
He made himself
he
look
he
like
know
a
he
fool.
looked like a fool. That's
He
why
knew
he came
that
out and apologized.
immediately.
But when you slap somebody, right? You slapping
When you
somebody.
walk on stage to slap somebody that's doing their job,
Dog,
you look like a fool.
When you slap somebody, it's the most disrespectful thing
that you
could
could do to.
Nah,
Right.
spitting on somebody is the
It's-
most.
I feel like it's
That's
right
the same
up there.
thing. That's the
Right?
same
I
thing.
feel like it's right up
It's
there.
It's right
That's
below
exactly
it then.
it.
Because
Slap-
if you
slap
spit on me,
Yeah, but slap spit, you got to get dealt with.
I
It's
could have
simple
hit
as
you
that.
with a bald fist,
But
but you so weak, I'm gonna just slap you.
my- Right. Exactly.
It's the same
You
disrespect.
we talked about that before. You only slap somebody if you know how they gonna react. You don't slap somebody that you think is about to do something, because then you have to slap and you defend yourself. Steve Harvey pointed out that Will slapped this nigga and turned his back to him. He knew nothing was about to happen to him. If I'm in the streets, if any one of us was in that situation that we talking about, because you said don't put them on a pedestal, but they have to be on the pedestal because Will know Chris Rock ain't about to do nothing to him after I slap him. Now, if I'm out here being me, James being him, you know what I mean, Will being him, if we go out here, we slap somebody, we know we about to get into some shit. And we don't slap nobody unless we ready to get into some shit.
Yeah, he did it on a safe atmosphere.
Of course.
Because he slapped him knowing that nothing was going to happen to him.
Right.
Knowing that Chris Rock was not going to fucking respond.
Right.
Because if this was a private setting, we hear a whole different story.
A whole
different story.
Matter of fact, we're going to hear so many different accounts of it. But go ahead.
Yeah. He slapped him knowing that everybody would praise him, saying he was defending his wife.
Right.
Knowing that Chris Rock has already talked about Jada in the past.
True.
Talked about every celebrity who's been there.
Everybody.
In the past.
I don't
and
see.
then this is the only dude to get up on stage. I'm sorry, Will. You made yourself look like a cockle.
What Khaled say? Hold on. What
cockle.
Khaled say? Congratulations, you just played yourself.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yes.
But a lot of people ain't feeling that way. Why nobody? How come nobody feels that way about Will right now?
I can tell you why.
Yeah, please.
Because we have this narrative right now that black women aren't protected.
Thank you for that, Miss.
That's exactly why.
You representing that chair right there. We don't have too many
exactly
sisters
why.
on here.
There are because it's a narrative, but it's also very true.
Okay.
So there are a lot of women that feel like, yes, that man stood up for his wife because of the fact that there are not a lot of men that stood up for them.
Yeah.
So that is a representation to say, hey, I know what that looks like now versus me having an idea of what I think it looks like, what movies tell me what it should look like, or what other people tell me what it looked like. Now I just literally watched it live on the Oscars.
So basically, Will Smith then set an example. Hey, if anybody's talking shit about your woman, go up and slap him, and you end up in jail, and another nigga's gonna fuck your woman while you're in jail.
Okay, so you went left.
I'm just saying.
I like how he did that.
Happen.
You took it to the very
That's
end.
what's gonna happen.
But look,
well,
hold up. Go ahead.
but the thing about it is, like I said, because you have some women that are going to look for that extreme, right?
Yeah.
But then you have some women that would look for their husbands or whomever, mainly their husbands, to say something to him later or to address it. Because of the fact of the matter is, as a woman, even if I don't see you address it, but I know you addressed it, I feel safe with you because of the fact of the matter is that I know if something ever was or to go down, you got my back.
Yeah.
So that is what women are talking about. That's why women are praising him, because it's like you stood up for your wife when she couldn't stand up for herself against a man. Now, if it was a woman, it would be totally different.
No, I think it would be the same. I mean, it's equality, right?
No, not in that space. Because no woman's going to expect her man to say something to another woman that just said something about her.
I would check a woman if she disrespecting my woman.
Oh.
I would slap her and beat her down to the ground like I would a nigga in the street.
No, you wouldn't.
That's interesting.
No.
But look, hold on. But let's get to the point of what you just said. There's other ways to defend your woman.
Of course.
So Will took the extreme, right? He chose, because you pointed that out before. Will chose the way to defend his woman, right?
He chose whatever he felt was right in that moment. We don't know what his thought process was, how he came to that, but in that moment, he acted off what he felt was right for him to do to show his honor to his wife, and whatever that looks like.
We had a situation not in that situation, but we had a conversation about 15, 20 minutes before we got into the pod. I believe I did something or said something you didn't agree with. Mm-hmm. You ain't slapped me, but you right. But no, what I'm saying, because we're getting on the different ways to defend, right?
Right.
You
right.
I didn't appreciate that. I don't even know what really happened. I forgot.
You called me a shorty, and I was like, my name is not Shorty. My name is Arlise.
And that's just the way I speak. But you was offended by it, right?
No, I was not offended.
I mean, not necessarily, but whatever. You ain't like it.
I just corrected that's not my
Exactly.
name, so I corrected you telling my name.
No, right. So Chris
But-
Rock needed to be corrected.
Right. Hold on.
Yo-
But hold on. Did he?
No,
Did
didn't.
he?
He necessarily
Hold
to
on, wait,
me
but
he
let
didn't.
me say this.
To me he didn't. But go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, finish.
So a life lesson I feel like a comedian taught me was, and I'm so mad because I can never remember what comedian it was because I love watching stand up comedy.
Me too.
I'm
big on
the punchline was, I'm going to come out here and talk about me first, so can't nobody else do it. Because then if I talk about me first, what can you ever use against me, right? Like you going behind me, so it's just like somebody could be, they could be, I like to say more to love, right? Like have a couple extra love handles or whatever. They can be like, oh, you're fat. It's like, I already said I was more to love. Like what else you got type thing, right?
I dig
Like comedians find ways for us to laugh at our pain.
Laugh at anything.
Right. And we are just so
Everything can
overly
find comedy.
sensitive in this world. Because listen, right? Like I brought this up when, like I said, my best friend and I talked about it earlier. If this was something about the LGBT community or something, this would be so different, right? It would be so
I wasn't even
different,
thinking that.
right? Because
Yeah.
it's
Well,
so.
I mean, Will is gay, but
I mean, whatever. But I'm just saying, if there was a comment being made, right? Because a lot of that's another thing is like, oh, it's a medical.
1533.
It's a medical condition or whatever the case may be, right? Alopecia is
yeah.
real. I actually have alopecia, but
A lot of people do.
right. It is something that's very
Very
real.
common.
However, it's also something that you can't necessarily tell by looking at a person. Just like
Yeah.
you can't necessarily tell someone is a part of the
One of the-
LGBT community. And if a comedian makes a statement about
Good
that,
point.
if they make a statement about that, now that person's offended. Like it doesn't matter what you say, people are going to unfortunately
find
sometimes be offended and not even find a way, but it's just sometimes something can be said like someone can come in here and say, oh my goodness, they could be 5 shades lighter than us. Oh my God, I was with my friends and they were just like, I'm just so dark. And we gonna look at her like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
sis, you
You-
barely got a tan.
Right. You in here with the darks.
Like, right. But
We don't wash together.
But
Like,
we as people
you wash with the
literally-
light colors. Like,
we
yeah.
as people literally forget that people speak from experience,
Yeah,
right?
right, yeah,
and it
right.
doesn't necessarily mean that is discounting any type of my experience. It's just the fact that
Right.
you're speaking from
People
your
are taking
experiences.
taking jokes personally when they're really worldwide. I mean that particular joke he pointed her out. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
he did.
But
Well,
at
no,
the
no.
same time, I feel like we're talking about Chris Rock, bro. Everybody knows what he does. I mean, he's been doing this over 15 years, and he's invited to every award show because he knows all these people personally. He knows black people personally. He knows white people personally. He knows people that I have. Come on, man. If you listen to the Prodigal Brothers, you know I don't know famous white people. I get them confused. Okay, but I'm not. That's not my community. That's not my culture. I can't even really tell them all apart, right?
Right.
But Chris Rock can. He know their wives. He know their lives. He can create a joke for them, from them.
Right.
He knows what will work and what won't work, which is
Right.
why he gets invited to the shows.
All right, so-
like your point was Chris Rock shouldn't even. I don't know if it was you, but you was like, Chris Rock, why is he even there? He don't have a show. He don't have a movie or nothing coming out. Why is he even there? But he's there for that, right? And then all of a sudden he gets assaulted because of his talent, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But the question when you're saying all that comes to play is that was it staged or was it real?
Yeah, that's another question that's been brought up.
Because if you look at it and you want to slow it down, and you look at everybody else's fucking videos, like Chris Rock has his hands behind his fucking
Behind
back.
his back. I pointed that
Like,
out, yes.
If a motherfucker walking up to me, I ain't gonna have my hands behind your back unless I'm Bruce Lee. Like, yo,
But-
you ain't about to do shit. Because I know
Also,
I'm about to
like I
fucking
said,
drop
Chris
your ass.
knows Will.
Yeah, I think
He
it's
knows. I don't. If I'm performing a show,
you're right.
you my man. Uplifting is my man. You come on stage, I'll be like, this nigga, I did something wrong. He about to say something. What's up?
I think
That's
it's
what I think Chris was
I think
doing.
it's a
turning his ear
testament
to him.
to the many mental faces of Will. Right? He slapped
Go
him.
ahead.
He was enraged when he was in his seat. He was emotional when he was on stage,
But he laughed at first.
and then he was smiling later. Yeah, I'd skip that one
You
as
see,
well.
he laughed first.
Right. So I think what we are not really acknowledging is that there's something wrong with Will Smith.
Okay.
There's a greater problem here because this man He knew where he was at.
He knew where he was up front.
And he realized it at some point. And I think Hollywood messes with you so much. Like, Will has been doing this for what, 20-something years, 30 years?
Yeah, since he was a child. A lot of people pointed that out.
Right.
He's been rapping since he was 16, 17.
So he's been fake for so many years.
Well, I mean, I don't know about being fake. I mean, his
I don't want to call him fake, but I'm saying
I
like
would
he's
say
been an actor.
His realist was 7 Degrees of what was that movie where he played a gay common?
Okay.
Okay. What?
Let's.
No. Like
I
no.
don't remember that.
I don't remember.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what that
I
was.
think that was really him.
But
No,
I mean,
honestly,
you can. Yeah, I mean, I think
have
this.
a question.
I think this man has
sorry.
been acting.
Okay, I have a question. Then I have a statement. What do you have against open marriages?
Oh.
No, I think he's talking about things that allegedly are happening with Jada.
Right, but even if
it's all alleged.
even if that's what those are his preferences.
Well, because I don't have anything against open marriages. Do what you do, that makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that if Jada was to really speak, we won't see Will Smith in the light that we see him as.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He'll be shunned from Hollywood.
I mean,
No,
I feel like he's mixing in with Hollywood.
No.
The things that you alleged that he's. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he'll be. I think they're in the in crowd because of how they live their lives. I believe
you're not getting what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, so not to bring race and everything into it as it happens in just about every conversation we have in a daily basis here in America, but you're gonna say, "Oh, Will's been gay. He's this marriage is a fraud."
Allegedly.
Yeah, because that's none of this is proven.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
You're not gonna look at him as the same way you would look at Matthew McConaughey and be like, "Yeah, I knew the nigga was gay." You're gonna look at Will Smith and be like, "Bro, yo, you the Fresh Prince. I grew up watching you. I emulated you.
Okay.
I bought shoes because you wore
I
those
mean,
Fresh Prince."
we've bought his albums. He was we
but
forget that Will's a
I have
rapper.
a question though, but why is that so shattering to your ego?
No, it's not to my ego.
But you just said, "Will, I emulated you." Like, cause now you're disappointed.
I'm speaking in preference of like Black America.
Right. But why does someone's sexual preference make you no longer see them in that light because they decide they like something different than what you like?
I think he's just talking about the worldview of it.
Yeah,
Honestly.
Right, but
I totally disagree with the concept that that we would see him differently. We maybe
that's
like
what I'm saying.
all these alleged things are going on where certain people are speaking on it as if it's matter of fact. So if that was really going to discourage us from looking at Will, Will is a phenomenal actor. He's a phenomenal black man. Period.
I'm not breaking anything away from that.
So what I'm saying is I don't think if it came out that Will Smith was gay, and I mean, there's a bunch of dudes who come out and we find out they're gay and nothing happens.
Yeah.
That's I think this is why we're talking about this, because Will Smith is that big.
Son,
Pause. I mean, like he's that large of a person for us,
For
right?
real.
But what I'm saying is that if you look into and you fucking want to understand and read like the tabloids or just the social media, I'm just saying that the reason that I think I'm giving Will an out here, that the reason he's doing all this shit and
Because he has to hide his real self.
Bro,
because he's hiding something.
But that's not an out. I'm talking about that. I'm speaking on the mental health aspect that nobody is giving him space for.
Nobody giving him that.
Like,
you're right.
What triggered this man? He went from a laugh to a slap to a cry to a laugh to a.
But hold on, but so that was going to be my statement. So also remember that these people are media trained, right?
Yeah.
Because of the fact that they know these cameras are on them,
right?
Right. So even in the most uncomfortable situations, you'll see people still laugh and smile, right? So so just because he laughed, let's remember, just because the camera caught him in that moment does not mean
he thought that's what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, but I'm saying my man went through multiple emotions in a matter of seconds.
So
whether it was a fake laugh, false laugh, real laugh, he got up out his seat. On live TV,
and nobody stopped him though. No one was like, "Yo, Will, don't do that." Like,
so it's
he
either
had to walk past somebody, right? Like, someone ain't grabbing like, hey, what you doing, nigga? Like,
Right.
But I don't
sit your ass down.
I don't think they had like security like over
ain't
there.
security,
they
but
got
but
security
where was Denzel and his publicist and all them? Like, ain't nobody shout like, hey, Will, get on the stage. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, honestly,
somebody, Will, you're tripping. Nobody. They just let the nigga. No one tripped them. Like, get your ass. Don't go on that stage, nigga. You about to make a fool out of yourself.
Honestly,
no one did that, yo.
all the shit is fake to me.
To a lot of people.
I mean,
right?
come on, bro. You know Chris Rock, bro. You know.
But
you
hold
gonna
on.
slap this nigga on stage?
Hold up, before you move on, I'm sorry to cut this conversation off, but I want to move it to a different level.
Okay.
Let's talk about the person he slapped, right? Why him? What if it would have been somebody else? Would that person got slapped too? Will he have slapped Bill Maher? Will he have slapped Jerry Seinfeld? You mentioned will he have slapped a woman?
No.
Was it specific?
Kevin
why?
Hart? Yeah.
I mean, I'm hold up. I think my point
he wouldn't
is
slap me.
would he have slapped a white guy on that stage?
Well,
White guy or Jewish
up.
guy?
Same guy.
No.
but
Same
why?
guy. But look, think about it.
No.
Chris Rock's a big name, bro. He ain't
Yeah.
that nigga ain't no chump in the game of Hollywood.
Like we're talking about the violence and everybody's supporting it, and some people are mad because we're telling Will how to manage his emotions.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, he slapped his brother.
That-
And
That's
that's why he was so comfortable with the act of what he did. And to Will's point, I kind of feel like it's still a little fake because guess what we're talking about? We're talking about Will slapping Chris, but we're talking about the Oscars that people haven't been watching
for how long?
for. Nobody even knew it was on.
What?
So
I was at work.
So are you getting on a different level, saying, "Hey, let's get two niggas start fighting and start talking about the Oscars again"?
Maybe.
I'm
Or
saying that
possibly.
something took place
Right. Yeah.
that
But look,
that I think they had to have some type of outrage or something, a shock value.
Some type of controversy.
yeah,
Between
to it.
two niggas.
but
But
Always.
wait.
right.
I mean, if you want to
But
get
that's
into
my
it,
point.
always.
But that's my point. Chris ain't even pressed charges. Of course, he's not gonna press charges on his brother.
I mean, what the fuck he gonna do pressing charges?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I mean,
True.
they're both,
But I'm
both
just-
millionaires.
But
man.
but
I mean,
look,
what the fuck?
my
I'm
point.
gonna fucking.
But he
sue
didn't
you.
do anything either. He hasn't even made a statement yet.
He made a
right?
statement.
Chris Rock. I ain't see that.
He
I didn't see Chris
going
Rock
on
make a
fucking
statement.
tour. I'm gonna be there.
I heard that.
I'm getting
I heard he's
fucking-
going on tour.
His tickets skyrocketed.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah.
fucking
Okay,
tickets for the
so
tour,
so
man.
we're getting to it.
Wait,
The
and
person
hold on.
is it a reason why this person got slapped? Like, come on, everybody fries people, bro. Some
Right.
people live a career off of frying the
He
entire
got
audience.
slapped because Will's a cockle. I'm gonna fucking say
We're
it
moving
right
on
now.
from that point, yo.
No, I'm just saying he
Yeah.
got slapped because Will's a cockle. I don't give a fuck about no conspiracy theories or anything like that.
But you can see it is right in front of you. Him and Kevin Hart have a tour. They're gonna come and see Kevin Hart. Now they're coming to see Chris too.
exactly.
Will Smith has whatever else he about to come out with. We gonna be flocking to that too. Red Table Talk is up.
Oh,
yeah.
listen.
Oh yeah.
Listen.
so
you
come-
know Jada about to have both of them up there, right? You
So this,
know
but this
that.
all started with Red Table Talk, and we
did.
said that a long time ago. When
Yeah, you got to go back and listen to the pod.
go back and listen to season 3 when we were talking about this.
Yeah.
When Jada was saying whatever she was saying about how she wished Will did all of these romantic things for us, like she wished she had somebody, and we were saying, "Yo, lay off of him." But Red Table Talk has to be big because guess who Will Smith is?
He's huge.
He's
Well-
Will Smith.
Well, yeah, that's her fucking bread and butter. Without Will Smith, there is no Jada Pinkett.
Nah, bro.
No. Oh, you
Like-
serious?
What? You
Are
can't
you
discount her.
Hold on.
Right, because she has.
But
She
this
also
is part
has
of the
a
reason
name,
that led up to the
though.
slap, though.
Right,
No.
but
Because Chris was talking shit about her.
nah,
if-
you
About
can't
her
just-
not being
if-
invited.
If Will Smith,
So if Jada
Nah.
Pinkett is big without Will Smith, let's hear
Nah.
it.
if Will
Hold
Smith
on, let's
never
hear it. I wanna hear
nutted
it.
in fucking Jada Pinkett and made children, will we hear about Jada Pinkett right now?
We definitely would.
In
Okay.
what movie?
What do you mean? She was just in the Matrix.
The
The
Win.
new Matrix?
In
Yes.
2002?
No,
No,
there's
she
a
said
new
the new
one.
Matrix.
There's a
I didn't
new
even see that
one.
one. They-
She
oh,
got
she's
that
in-
Hey.
because of Will Smith.
No, she did not.
That is true
First of
because
all,
you
got that
know,
off her acting.
because
don't act
Will
like
turned
she-
down the Matrix.
First of all, regardless if he did or he did not turn her on to that, don't act like Jada Pinkett didn't have a name when she got with Will. Don't do that. All right?
No,
because
she didn't.
she was already on what was that school? A Different World. And she wasn't with Will then. She was on a
I'm
different
talking
world.
about longevity.
But that's the thing. She still
Who
you
remembers
cannot, you
who
cannot,
remembers the
are you-
characters on A Different World?
What do you mean, Whitney?
So
We-
Dwayne,
what's-
like, what do you mean?
No, we just play.
That's culture, baby.
What's the
That is
dude?
very much
What's the dude
culture.
with his glasses? that flip
Dwayne.
up?
Dwayne.
What's his real name?
I don't know his real name.
Exactly.
And
Kadeem
that's
Hardison.
but it's not exact. You can't say that because the simple
Exactly.
fact
I
of
don't
the
know no
matter
white
is that's
people, but I
part
know
of
Kadeem
that's part
Hardison.
of the culture.
Who's
like,
the ROT instructor?
I can't think of his name.
Exactly.
No.
Man,
You
you
can't.
know we
You
know
can't
him.
say. You can't
Listen,
say exactly. First
listen,
of all, because I'm not
hey,
all that great with
hold on.
names, but I know who he is. That's what it matters is because of the fact that's part.
Who's the cook in the kitchen?
You
Hey.
you can't do that because
Hold on,
that's
hold
part
on.
of culture.
Hold
Because
on.
you're trying to find
Hold on.
something as small as a name
Hold on,
to
we
make
talking
it
about,
something
nah,
big
nah,
and
we
it's really
talk-
nice.
We just talking about a different world right now, but
Right, but that's one of it.
Truthfully,
She
but
was in
truthfully-
Low Down
hold on,
Dirty
hold
Shane.
on.
Like there was a lot of
I
things Jada was in.
I see your
Don't
point.
come
I
for
see your
don't come
point.
for
Jada-
Jada.
no,
Because
Jada
you
had
don't- you don't-
movies.
You don't know. You can't go back to the past and say what she could have done without him. That's what you're not
She
going
would
to
have
do.
done nothing without him.
You don't know that.
Oh,
Who
I
made
do.
you? Where's your magic ball? Tell me.
Oh,
Show
I
me
do.
how all of these things could have happened.
What's Jada's
You-
latest
hold
movie
on,
without
yo.
Will Smith in her life?
Hold on,
What
yo.
do you,
Jay-
sir? Where's your magic ball that tells me where would you be without
Oh my
without
God.
your father nutting in your mother? Like, let's talk about it.
I will be nowhere.
Exactly.
But where would Jada be without
but
Will
you,
Smith?
But you don't know where you would be at without certain things, so you can't say that. Like,
Well, I'm just
don't
saying,
discount.
There
First of
is
all,
no
don't
Jada
dis-
I think-
Pinkett.
look,
don't
listen, listen,
discount
listen.
that woman's work
Linda,
because of who
Linda,
she
Linda,
married.
listen.
Ain't
Like
no
it's
word.
so
Ain't
no,
no
it's
word.
so many people that
Listen.
do that. Like
We
men are so quick to discount women
hold on,
for
hold on.
what they do in their jobs.
We're not discounting her.
Yes, he is.
He
He's
is.
saying
He
right.
is,
But
okay?
there's a lot of men that do
He is.
that.
He
There's
is.
a
Hold
lot
on,
of men
hold
that
on.
do that. Oh,
Hold on,
she
can-
wouldn't be
let me
nowhere if
speak
it
to it. Let
wasn't
me
for her
speak- let me-
husband.
let me
Most of the
speak
time,
to it.
it be the women that put the husband
Hold on,
on.
let me
So
speak
get
to
it
Let me
right.
speak to it. Let me speak to it because that brings up another good point about the incident that we're talking about, right? So everybody says the reason why Jada was so upset is because Jada suffers from the illness that you said,
Alopecia.
right? Alopecia. If anything, to me, that slap was alopecia awareness, right? Because I didn't know she suffered from that. Did you know?
She been bald headed for a minute.
I mean, he didn't know. Did you know?
She
I
not
didn't know.
bald headed.
Hold on.
She
And
cut
I
her
think
hair
I got
off.
alopecia.
Hold on. This is
For
my-
real, no. Remember, I was like, yo, my hair
What's
is
going
funny.
on, right?
Remember
But
I
listen,
said that to you.
this is my point, and I'm kind of leaning to what you're saying, right? Is that it's not that people discredit her; it's just that we, as men and women, we pay attention to different things. We
Of
don't pay
course.
attention to Jada's Red Table Talk. We don't pay attention to Jada's IG page because guess what? Jada not on there being naked doing whatever. So we didn't know
Right.
that Jada suffers from this, and we don't know the internal battles of her life.
Right.
So Chris had no idea either,
Right.
Because we pay attention to different things, and
Right.
like what Will is saying is that as a marketing tool, we really not paying attention to Jada. You feel me? A lot of people aren't, and part of this incident happened because we weren't paying attention to Jada. No one knew that she was gonna be so offended by a G.I. Jane joke except her and Will.
No, you can't really say that either.
Listen, I did a lot. From what I've gathered, because after this happened, and I knew he was gonna do this, I tried to see what everybody was talking about, and I watched it was specifically Michael Blackson. He was like, "Look, I was at a comedy show last night." He was like, "I didn't know Jada had alopecia. I'm with a bunch of comedians, and we're all talking about it. No one knew."
Right.
He was like, "I'm 100% sure Chris Rock didn't know."
Right.
You feel me? So and we're saying that they're friends. We know that they hang out together. We know that they're cool with each other.
Right.
They've been doing work together since the 90s. So the fact that even Chris Rock didn't know, I mean, we pay attention to different things. He didn't even know that she suffered
Yeah,
from
he kind of ad-libbed the joke too, just to make it funnier. Like he didn't write the original joke,
Right.
so
Yeah.
we do got to give him some of the credit for making the joke worse. But at the same time, I've seen G.I. Jane. I think it obviously is more than that.
Right.
You know, who knows what took place before too. And I think that's what we don't acknowledge. Like, we don't
That's
know if
another
she was
point
crying in the car.
Yeah, right.
About
True.
how she about to be front row
Ball.
with this dress
Yeah.
on. She probably made a military joke about herself, or Will slipped and said something, and she was like, "That's not funny."
Yo.
And now you at the
got somebody
Oscars,
else.
and Chris is getting that off, and you like,
But not even
gotta get
that.
slapped.
This the last straw.
But not even that. As a woman, that is something that is huge. Your hair is a big representation
Every
of
black
who
man
you
knows
are.
that.
Right. Well, your hair is a
Every
big
black man knows about the
representation of
black
who you
woman hair.
are.
Yeah.
Because most women, you don't feel pretty unless your hair is done.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel put together unless your hair is done. And if your hair don't come out the way you want it, you got an attitude. Like you ain't going.
Real talk.
What?
Real talk.
But that's how it is as a woman. I can definitely get that. Like,
Yeah, and but
alopecia is real though. I go to the dermatologist every 6 weeks to get steroid shots in my scalp to make sure that my hair does not get any thinner or falls out.
See what I'm saying? That's a struggle. Come on, a lot of people really don't know about it. Okay, that's why I said that slap was alopecia.
Well,
that slap was alopecia awareness.
There may be a lot
feel
of
me?
men that don't know about
Hold
it.
up. Now I had a conversation with my homeboy of mine, and he was defending. He was basically defending Will for the shit, and it was me and another man. Everybody know him. I'm not gonna say their names on the pod, but we like, yo, bro, you know you're not going on stage and slapping a comedian if you joke, because he said his mother suffered from it and his daughter, right? So he's sensitive to it, and he like, look, I'm not gonna have people talking about him. You feel me? So like that. Some men do know about it if they like. You just was talking about your brother. I'm quite sure he's sensitive about it if someone was doing that for you. You feel me? So men do know about it if they're women that they care about are going through it as well.
If there's women that know, like if they're connected to a woman, but if they're not going to know anything about it.
But that's with everything.
I mean, we could go in circles
That's
about
what
this,
everything.
but LeBron be losing his hair. They crack on him. My hair thinning.
Kevin,
I asked you
let's
about
talk
it.
about
you,
that.
You
Kevin
did tell me
Durant
about
losing
allergies.
his
Oh, Kevin Durant, I got no cut cards for him.
I just think like you initially stated, there's a level of sensitivity too. And just like Al stated, you verbally slapped him earlier.
Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish had to verbally slap somebody on the carpet.
She pimp slapped her.
She beat her up,
What?
right?
She drug her.
So the thing is you mean to tell me that Will can't do that?
Yeah,
Nobody else can do that?
He could have slapped Chris Rock from the audience.
Will did what he's supposed to do, bro. I said that, man. He's a fucking cockle.
It's not supposed to do. That
He
man
did
did
what
whatever
he's
he
supposed
felt
to
like
do.
he needed to do in that
he
moment.
Went up there and slapped Chris Rock and went home and sucked another dude's cum out of his fucking Jada Pinkett's fucking pussy. That's what he is, a fucking cockle.
But I just don't understand why you feel like.
to cut your mic off.
Hold on, but I also just
Can't with him, yo.
I'm having a hard time understanding why like what that man does behind closed doors is so offensive
Because
to you.
listen, I think you're not understanding what he's saying. And
Help me understand, 'cause it doesn't make sense. Because you're just as bad as Chris Rock in
Let me try
a
to
sense
elaborate
because
without
you're
as much steam.
disrespecting Will Smith. You
Hold up.
look up to him, but you're disrespecting
No,
him.
I never said
I'm
look up to
trying.
him.
I'm gonna try to.
You did say you looked
I'm
up to
trying to
him.
elaborate. I'm trying to elaborate without the sting. Okay, what he's saying is basically, Jada is the dominant in the relationship.
Okay.
So when she said Will had to go do that, okay, and that's basically what he's trying to relay is that Will is the femme. And like say we talked about LGBT, we got doms and femmes, right?
Nope, that's not the same.
Basically, hold on,
That's
not the same. I'm trying to.
That's
I'm
not.
trying to
I
give
know.
an analogy.
You're not giving
I'm
a
trying to
great
give an
one.
analogy.
Sorry,
Listen,
because you're not.
but
Let me
listen.
help you put it
Okay,
in better
go
terms.
ahead.
Because what you have beta men, you have alpha men, you have different type of men.
Okay.
So basically, what you're
That's
trying
better.
to say, right?
That's
So
better.
what you're trying to say is that he's not an alpha male, and that's fine.
That's what I think. That's
and
what
that's
he's- what
fine.
he's getting at.
She may be an alpha female, and he may be
Exactly.
a
And he's a-
beta male.
You got
and if
it.
that works for them,
you got
so
it.
let that work for them. Don't
Okay.
disrespect that relationship. What works for them works for them. Leave
But
their
I think-
relationship
I don't
alone.
think he disrespected the relationship.
No,
He's saying,
I'm not-
He
he's saying
is
did-
because he
did
is
what
because he's
what
saying
he's
that
supposed to
Will
do.
is going home to suck another man's cum out his wife pussy. It's hella
That's
disrespectful.
what he's doing. But I'm not
But
disrespecting the
you
relationship.
are you
No,
are.
if that's
Oh,
what
he's
they-
a cockle. He's gonna go home and suck another man.
Well-
Like, bro, like think
Hey,
about it. Like,
allegedly he is.
But the fact that you even
Allegedly.
But the fact that
Allegedly,
you
he is.
even, to me personally, the fact that you feel so comfortable letting that roll off your lips is a problem. Why are you talking about what another man doing with his wife?
Well, because he's a strong
But
black.
I think.
But you don't
he's
look
a-
up to him. But
he's
he's a strong black figure. But he's a cockle.
No.
Make up your mind.
Listen,
No. You need to relax.
I am relaxed.
I feel as though that like what I'm saying as though
Yes, because it's very offensive because you're literally over here
we're
degrading
having
another black
we're having
man.
an open,
For what though?
Open dialogue here.
But are we? Because you keep saying he's a cockle, but
he
he's
is.
right. But that's not open
the
dialogue. That's
problem-
very
that's
the truth
judgmental.
to
The ultimate problem is that Will is capping all the time about whatever, something.
he's always faking
He's
Simple
always
Why?
he's
because he's Hollywood.
yeah.
So
This is the
okay, so
Hollywood
that's
life.
Listen
so that's
listen
fine.
to
That's,
what I'm
that's
saying,
all of
though.
them. Then
No,
Right.
have a
But-
problem with
but that's
everybody.
what's
and
more
us women.
deeper
is
issue.
why he has the mental instability to where as though he don't know how to react.
In the
to
movie-
where as
Right.
though he got to go on stage and slap his mans to prove something to somebody
Right.
who don't mean nothing.
In the movie-
like that's that,
But prove something to who?
the faking,
In
the
the movie-
faking all the time.
The movie that
it's
put
stressful.
Will Smith on before Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was 7 Degrees of Separation, where he played a gay con man, and that's who he is.
and that was his real life role.
That is his real life role.
I've never seen that movie.
Yeah, but that's not.
That's not what leads to the
I'm.
slap.
That's not. That's what you're saying. But what I'm saying.
What
is
I'm
that
saying is that the reason he went up there to defend Jada.
There's no. You have no backing to that though.
She whispered to him, "You better go fucking defend me before I tell these niggas who you really are."
And that's what Chris.
Just saying
That's
some
what Chris
shock
was saying
jock
too.
shit though.
That's what Chris was saying too.
But that's
right.
just some shock jock shit. You don't know that she said that. You
Oh,
don't know that that's
hey,
going
believe
on.
me.
All she did was give the look.
Yeah, bro. Like sometimes you know how your lady feel just by looking at her.
and that in itself is unsaid abuse. Ain't no woman gonna give me no look, make me act right. You ain't my mama, bitch.
Wow. So the fact that you even would say your woman is a bitch says a lot more about you.
No,
one.
because if
and
you-
then two,
no,
but a
because if
look
you
is
feel
not
as
to
though-
make you act right.
No,
because
if you feel as
you're
though
so
you gonna give me a
disconnected with your
look
woman.
to make me act right,
Who said to make you act right?
because
But
that's
why,
what she
why
did. That's what she did.
But why do you feel so small that a woman looking at you make you feel smaller? How does that make you? Like, so you telling me I can look at you and make you feel some type of way? That's you, bruh. Like, I can't control how you feel. Only you can do that. So the simple fact that you're saying your woman, your bitch, can make you feel some type of way by giving you a look.
Hey, yo, she
Well,
was
first
stern
of
with that
all,
one.
I only fuck bitches. I have sex with women. So what are we
But that's
talking about?
but that's even that even makes your character even less. I only fuck bitches. What kind of man are you? Grow up.
ain't
Why are
Will
you
Smith.
only fucking bitches?
You ain't no Will
You got a
Smith,
daughter?
you just Will.
You got a mother? So why you fucking
Ain't no Will
bitches?
Smith, nigga.
Because there's a difference between a woman and a bitch.
Hey, let's move on to the next
Yeah, let's
aspect of the
move on.
conversation, right?
Definitely.
Because I think you just brought it on. This is what I wanted to bring on too, right? So we feel like Jada, not she didn't force him, but it was because of her that Will had to go defend her, right?
You
All right?
can't say that.
Okay, we're not saying that.
You can't, but you can't say that because you don't know what's going on in that man where he felt like he had to.
No, I'm
not anything.
That's
she
not what I
did
said.
or
That's not what I said. That's not. I'm not.
Don't put that on
Chris
her.
Rock joked on her, though.
Right.
We are
He
giving.
felt the need. He
Yeah.
had to defend her.
Right. So don't put it on her.
I'm literally
Right.
trying to introduce something else.
Okay.
Right? And what I'm trying to introduce is because you brought it up about a lot of women feel like they aren't being defended.
Right.
Okay. Now let's dial it back because you said we put these people on pedestals. We put these people on pedestals because a lot of times we look at them to how we should lead our lives. Not necessarily us here, but people emulate them and on how to live our lives. Now, we got people out here saying, go ahead, Will, defend your woman. Now, my argument is men defend their woman every day. It happens, right? But we defend them how we know how. Like you said, it's on us, right? But we feel like we got to defend their women. Some people go out here and go shoot another man to defend their woman. Some men may go and slap a man. But if I go slap a man, I have to expect retaliation. And if I don't, then I'm stupid. You feel me? Right. So what would we say to women causing the violence between men? Do you think that's a thing because
Yes.
we're defending our women.
Because you have immature women that would do things like that to cause a ruckus, right?
Right.
Because she knows that she can manipulate that man.
Of
right?
course.
However, you have mature men that's going to ask questions, right?
Yeah, we getting to the bottom of this before we act on it.
But they're not going to just act off of that raw emotion and that fragile ego that they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to, most mature men, you would think, right, would come to the woman, all right, like, what's going on, babe? Like, let me know the specifics and the details, and let's figure out how to handle this. Because you have some situations that does, in fact, require you to go, talk to some other man or whatever the case may be.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But then you have some situations like, babe, you know what? Like, let's give this until in the morning because you may be riled up for the moment, right? You're riled up for the moment, so let's, let's talk that through or whatever the case may be, because it doesn't make sense for me to go check this man and end up in jail over something that's so irrelevant.
So you don't feel Jada was on that same tip though? That you don't think that was solely on Will?
I can't say that it was or it wasn't because we didn't get to see that. We didn't get to see that interaction. Right. You know what I'm saying? So no one can say that, right? We can't say that, oh, she looked at him and was like, nigga, you better go up there and handle that. Or if he saw her and just saw the emotion on her face and felt like he needed to react because of whatever issues he may have within himself. So we don't know what that was. And then if we don't know if she told him that, we don't know. We can't put that on her to say, oh, it's Jada's fault that she told him whatever the case may be in regards to, go slap him and go. I mean,
we don't know much about it, right? But let's look at the optics, because we, like you even pointed out, we seen a lot of stuff like, hey, good job, Will, protect your woman. You even said women feel unprotected in this society. Well, so Will, what do you think that this is perpetuating the violence between men by protecting women?
I think the whole celebrity thing and comparing it to normal life is completely asinine, bro.
Stop doing that.
No, I really do, man. Okay. Because look, there are certain guys who will say and I've experienced it myself. I've been that person. I've experienced it myself. Like, oh, he's talking shit about me, and dude jumps up. Dude may get his ass beat. Dude may not get his ass beat. Right. But at the end of the day, when it's so-called defending your woman, you got to ask yourself as a man, and especially a black man in America, you willing to go to jail for that pussy? Because that's what ultimately is going to fucking happen. Ultimately. Because say I'm talking shit about your woman. You going to really beat my ass in the street and the police arrive and you in jail? Oh, guess what? No, while you in jail, she going to give that pussy to someone else that you just defended.
But why is a woman just pussy? What's your thing against women? You got an issue.
I'm not saying
you need to figure that out.
You're picking up.
Let's stick to
Are you going to go to jail for that pussy? Like, bro, really?
No. I'm not saying that.
But that's what you said. So articulate yourself.
No, I'm not saying that at all. You're interpreting that.
No, that's what you said. Your words verbatim was, bro, are you going to go to jail for that pussy?
Listen.
You just said that. So why is a woman just pussy?
I do think that women are some of the causes of men being violent against each other. But I also feel like,
especially black men.
Right. But I also feel like, that's a part of us not being able to express ourselves in an emotional way. Right? Like when you express a certain level of emotion, it's looked at a certain way. So sometimes we walking around with pent up anger, right? Cedric, on the Kings of Comedy, Cedric said, I wish a nigga would. We walking around with that. So my lady tight.
Black people wish.
I'm tight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the people that we know or have been taught to harm are each other. Because we know that's safe. We can't get outside that.
You just said it. Keep
fucking
going.
Uplifting with the fucking broad of the day, right?
Keep going. Keep going. You just said it.
Right.
We fucking up each other because
we know that's safe.
We know that's safe.
I can't beat up Matthew McConaughey.
Neither can Will Smith.
And I can't harm people of other certain communities either.
Right.
Because that's a problem too.
Don't hit no Asian person right now.
Right.
There's a law against that. A federal law.
Right. And they just started a law against fucking lynching.
What? Well, look, We
Damn,
can't.
that's another part. But go ahead, Upland.
We know that if we harm each other, the worst that could happen is a lawsuit. It's not really going, or it's just.
that.
But also like the relevance or what is it of like the I can't think of the word, but our lives aren't important as black people.
You're right.
We're
because-
expendable.
They're not looked at. They're not looked at that way.
Because you know it's safe and like, hey, like
Nobody's
I
really
beat this nigga's ass.
nobody's
so I call
gonna
the
miss
cops.
Chris Rock if I beat Chris Rock to a
But
pulp.
that was my point.
Right.
It's like maybe it wouldn't have been staged. That I don't think it was staged, okay? But it definitely was maybe planned. I don't think planned is the right word for it too. But my thing is, Will wouldn't have got up on that stage if it was somebody else. Bro.
If it was Jerry Seinfeld, he wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying.
He wouldn't have slapped him.
And my thing is, I feel like Seinfeld and Chris Rock neck and neck. We're not gonna downgrade Chris Rock's accomplishments either.
Even if it was Howard Stern, he wouldn't slap that nigga.
Oh shit! He wouldn't even slap Howard Stern.
But
Right.
we also have to take into consideration that the violence was initially given by Chris Rock because he
Hold
wouldn't
on.
make that joke if that wasn't Will Smith's wife.
I don't think so. I don't believe that.
He would make
See,
that.
that's-
He would make that joke about Jenny McCarthy or
Yeah,
whatever.
bro. Yeah,
I don't
Bro,
see it.
I
I don't
don't-
see him getting it.
bro.
I
I'm a
don't
Chris
see
Rock
him
fan. That's what he do.
Well, he wouldn't make that
It's-
joke if you want to sit in fucking
Front row.
stage.
I just
They were sitting front row,
But
bro.
I also, but I
don't
also,
sit
He's a
front stage.
comedian.
But I also feel like Chris Rock would be aware of that white woman's situation. I just feel like he
That
I
would.
get what
They
you're
could
saying.
stop his
Yes.
career.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
You're saying that he
I
would
can
know that
understand.
the white woman had alopecia. And
He
wouldn't
would
make that
know that the white woman had alopecia.
Yeah, he would know Jenny
Whether-
McCarthy or
whether
joke.
she's famous because of her husband or
I disagree
not.
with that though. I disagree with that.
I'm just
but I can't agree because I really, I don't know white people.
Well, no, I think Chris Rock
but I
would
don't-
get
I
away
think
with it.
I think Chris Rock does that to everybody,
I
bro.
think- I
he leans on people, bro. He
Yeah.
goes in.
yeah,
will-
but
I
I
will
think
say-
the joke is he would know if the joke was touching
But-
a
For
certain
someone,
point.
exactly.
But look, he even told
would
me-
not.
He
He
even
had,
said, "Yo, that's a nice one,"
he wouldn't have said that joke
because
like
he felt like I can
But
fuck your bones up. I feel like Chris Rock as a comedian knows he know how to get you.
I just think that like
But he's like, yo, I didn't even try to get you.
I
So
just-
what are you mad at?
I just think that we attack us. Period. Easy.
And that's my point.
without
That's all. That's really what
Yeah.
I wanted to get at with this entire pod.
yeah, that's
today.
how I feel.
without
like,
any level of concern, we will attack each other,
and not only attack.
and we will condone it.
hold on.
There's a million people that's
How about-
saying, "Yo, I would have slapped them too." It's
Yeah.
like, dog, no, you wouldn't.
But
You're
how
a
about this
sucker. You
aspect
been a
of
sucker.
it? We already touched on it. We will be violent to each other, towards each other, for the entertainment value.
no, I'll slap a white.
What about
man
the
and a
arena?
black man. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No,
Not-
yeah.
What
We-
about the arena? We saying Chris Rock selling a tour.
right?
Who else we said? Somebody else got something. Red Table coming
Right,
out.
right.
Will got his award.
Yeah.
But he like, fuck it, I'll get involved. You know, like
Yeah.
we're doing this. We're embarrassing ourselves. We'll embarrass ourselves, right? For entertainment, man. For the money.
So what you're saying is you think it was all planned for us?
I don't.
No,
Listen,
but
I don't think it was necessarily planned.
No, I
But
think it was.
the-
I mean, all of a sudden I see ticket sales. I ain't seen these ticket sales on Twitter before last night or the night before, whatever the fuck it happened.
I feel like
This
Chris
is-
Rock ain't been struggling though. I feel like
No, he not fucking
his last
struggling,
stand up.
man.
His last stand up was one of the best selling besides the Dave Chappelle on Netflix.
I think
So,
that we find
I
a
don't
way.
think he's really. I don't think he needed that, right?
We and others find a way to always profit from our pain.
Of course, we can pick and choose and what we want to do, and then like how we got into the pod, how me and you were getting at each other. They're like, yeah, that's what we want. You know, is black male and black female. Getting
no,
at
it's
each
man
other.
and woman. Period.
Oh,
Because
whoa.
before I'm a black woman, I'm a woman.
Whoa, you get what I'm saying is that
No,
we
I
got to
don't.
arguing with each other. Some
No.
people love that. They want to see that.
That's what they want.
And this is a cause that can have the black community separated with that. You get what I'm saying?
It's state of minds.
Well, no.
Because there's
Well,
white
it's
people
state-
that have that.
It's
the
state,
same
it's state of minds.
Yeah.
It's state of minds, but it's still the separation in the black community because you got some people saying that he should defend this black queen or however you want to say it, and other people saying no, no, she did him wrong because that was supposed to be his black king.
I got you though. It's
But
causing
that's
separation.
all
Yeah.
state of mind. It doesn't matter
I
what
know.
race because you have white people, Asian people that's going to agree with either side.
I know that.
So what are you saying?
We're saying that within our community, this type of shit separates us, bro. Simple as that. That's what he's saying.
There's worse
And you
issues
saying
that
you don't
separate
agree.
us.
Of course there is, but we're talking about this right now.
We're just talking about this.
There is a whole lot of
bro,
shit.
Trust me, we got a whole
separates us.
season.
That
we got
definitely
a whole
separates us.
season to talk about this other stuff. Unfortunately, we talking about
whose
we talking
idea?
about the slap
Whose
right
idea?
now.
Whose
Hey.
idea was it to bring you on? Because I appreciate that. Because I love a female's perspective in this shit. What's up?
No. I was just asking about the, you know what I mean. But most definitely, it's of course it's bigger things to separate us, man. But we gonna do final takes though. What's your final take of this whole situation going on among us?
Stop being closed-minded. Understand that there's more to it than what you see. Period.
That's good. Final take, man.
I could agree with that because I do know that when I hear stories or see stories, I know I've been taught. Well, I've learned there's 3 ways. There's her way, his way, or whatever you identify as, and there's the truth that lies in the middle. We don't know the truth.
We don't.
We don't know if it was fake. We don't know if it was not. But Will Smith, he's still a sucker.
He ain't gonna let that go, yo.
Yeah,
I love Will Smith.
I think my final take is just we really talk about mental health a lot, but when something happens, the first thing we look at is we look to blame Jada, we look to blame Chris Rock for the joke. We look at the act, but we never really look at what was going on in this person's mind. What was really going on inside this person? And that's really what the one thing that has not really been talked about. I think the only person I saw, we obviously all saw a lot or have seen a lot. Ryan Davis was the one who kind of touched on it when Will was in character when he slapped that man. Even when he walked away, he was in character.
They said that was Mike Lowry.
Right. And it's just, it's something that's going on that I really think we should look to get him help. Because he's going through a lot, whether it's identity issues that you're alluding to that he's hiding, or it's just stuff about his wife that he has to deal with. It don't seem like he's really getting the right help that Sister Arlise always talks about. Men need to get therapy, bro. I think it's a bigger issue.
Real talk.
5 whys. Always remember that. 5 whys always get you to your root analysis.
Oh, the root cause analysis. Yeah, I definitely remember. Those.
Okay, dropping knowledge.
Most
like
definitely.
5
But
whys.
I want to go to a conversation that I had. I've been talking about this a lot for these last couple of days. But a friend of mine, even though I disagree with what she was saying, but she had a good point, is about decorum, right? She said, I'm all about decorum. And that's why I brought up the setting, the people involved. This is a black event. Come on, man. They try, man, the Oscars, like you alluded to, no one watches this nonsense. We don't even agree with it. Like, there ain't been no good movies, right? But it's all Will Packer put it on. Will won an Oscar. We're not talking about that, right? We're talking about the misplaced decorum. Come on, man. Chris was there to do a job, whether you like he did a good job or a bad job. Come on, man. I'm going to put it blunt. Acting an ass is not what we're supposed to do, no matter who we are. She even said we put these people on a pedestal. We put these, like, if we sitting here as citizens making the income that we making, we're expected to act a certain way when we're in certain settings, okay? But these people are making money that we can't even count to,
Right.
and they're not expected to act a certain way in certain settings, especially when it's us, when it's our community. We need to have better decorum. Thank you for that word, and I use it on the pod. Appreciate y'all coming out. Appreciate y'all listening once again. This has been a very special episode because we're not supposed to do this. I love Will Smith.